Thanks for staying with us this morning. So before we go, we want to share a Juneteenth celebration that's making its big return here to the Triad.
That's right. This Saturday, SECA and Steady Hyperactive are hosting their third annual Juneteenth Jubilee. And here to tell us more now is Donovan Beatty, part of the multimedia collective Steady Hyperactive. Great to have you on the show, Donovan.
Thank you for having me. I very much appreciate it.
Of course. And I believe it's pronounced SECA to the abbreviation. But first, can you talk about this partnership? How did this all come to be to put on this event?
Really, we had some friends that knew a couple of people that worked there. And so we were doing a little bit of smaller events out there first. And then we decided, hey, we should probably do something for Juneteenth. There wasn't a lot going on. It's a gentleman named Alex there. Who's been really open with working with us for the time being. He's been very receptive, very helpful on anything we wanted to do there. So I'm thankful that he's allowed us to do this the past couple of years, or the past 3 years, really. Last week we had a portrait session and an album listening party that they allowed us to do. And it's been a beautiful partnership. I appreciate them for letting us have that, because it's not a lot of avenues for music related things here in Winston, but it's been great.
And Donovan, this is going to be the third year, as you mentioned, that the Jubilee is going to be happening. So with that being said, what are you sort of hoping for that comes through as a part of this third year of the Juneteenth celebration?
Really, I just want it to continue to get bigger and better than the year before. I want people to be able to continue to come and say, I enjoyed this more than last year. I want newer people to come and experience things that they haven't before. With us having more artists than we've had before, I'm pretty sure us having Vitus Shell here, he has his art in the gallery at SECA now until the 19th. And people being able to do things they don't get to typically do. I just want a brand new experience for people.
And Donovan, is this event totally free for folks?
So the performances, which will be around 3 to 4:30, and then 6 to about 9, those are 10. We're having a panel and a gallery walkthrough that you don't have to pay for. Those are something that SECA typically has. Those will be in the middle of that. So that's kind of how that's working.
Well, with Donovan, how does this event kind of compare to other Juneteenth events that are happening around the Triad? Obviously, we know that this is a holiday that has been around for several years, but really wasn't taken seriously or celebrated in a true way until a recent resurgence.
So I think that it's really just a celebration of freedom, a celebration of really people getting to do, I was saying, things they don't get to typically do. It's been a lot of, it's a joyous occasion, really. We've come a long way, but we still have so far to go. So it's nice to be able to actually celebrate for once. I don't think that's the thing that people typically get to do. But with us having the performances and the gallery, and it'll be food, it'll be drinks. We want it to be a celebration that Juneteenth was meant to be.
Donovan, quickly share your passion and journey with Steady Hyperactive. What is it for people who don't know?
So like you were introducing earlier, Steady is a multimedia company. So our founder, his name is Michael Cooley. He has a podcast, and he also does music. One of our other members, FaZe God, does Tevin Dalpert. He does streaming video games, and he also does music. I do music, of course. I have a blog about the WNBA. I'm taking broadcasting courses at Tech now, so I'm trying to get into broadcasting funny enough. But really it's about being the platform for not only ourselves, but for the city. Like I was saying earlier, it's not a lot of times where people get to perform. We'll talk to people all the time, and they'll be like, yeah, I haven't performed in a year or ever. And so being able to put people on to places and introduce folks to other people is a beautiful experience. And hearing people's reviews after going to one of our events is something that we typically look forward to. Hearing people say, you know, I never heard of this person, but I really enjoy them. I'm about to go follow them. I'm about to go listen to them. Like things like that are the only way for us to grow is for the city to grow.
Donovan, thank you so much for your time. It's been great to hear from you. And for everyone at home, Juneteenth Jubilees this Saturday from 2 until 9 o'clock. It's all happening at the Sika Museum in Winston-Salem. To grab your tickets, head to sika.org.